Shalom. I would like to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm Shaquat from the GMS Dallas branch, and I'm back here with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying to the hopeful elect. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakathum, to you sincere Akim Walkwarthium, and a sincere shalom to you brothers that are here pushing this truth down the highways and the byways and through the YouTube lessons, man. Shalom to you all. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying and exhorting to the elect. All right, so without further ado, we're going to get into it. It's not going to be a long one, more so of a quick hit, simply put. All right, so the title, as you see, do not fall in love with a woman, only Sophia. Now, if you don't know who Sophia is, that goes into wisdom. All right, now that doesn't mean there's a problem with having a wife or wives, but Sophia, wisdom, always comes first. That is always our first wife being in this thing. You put anything else before, Sophia, which is ultimately putting it before Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, then everything else is going to come to naught. All right, so just to get into some precepts concerning why you shouldn't, fall in love with women, because many men have run out of their wits thereof. All right, which we're going to get there here shortly. We're going to go to Proverbs 31. I'm going to get at verse 3. Give not thy strength unto woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. All right, so don't give your strength unto a woman. Don't let a woman have control over your spirit. Typically, when you fall in love with a woman, you let a lot of things slide. You're not really stern with them. It really clouds your judgment, ultimately. And it takes your eyes, your focus off and away from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? So you should not give your strength to women. Don't simp out because you really like a woman. All right, because that will lead you to fall. That's why I said, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings, because that will destroy you ultimately. It destroyed Samson, as he ended up telling his secrets to his wife. It destroyed King Solomon, even though he was the wisest king of our nation. We know that's Yahweh Shai in the spirit. But, at the end, he gave in to his wives, all of his wives, are weird gods, ultimately. You also have many other men that have fallen and run out of wits for the sake of women. Since I keep mentioning that running out of wits for the sake of women, we're going to just start here in that first Ezra 4. We're going to start at verse 26. Hold on one second.
Hello. Okay, yeah, we're
So Salakia for that. So just to get back into it, let's go back to where we were at. First Esdras 4:26. Make sure this is on again, Salakia. All right. First Esdras 4:26. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women. Their wits meaning their sanity. They've lost their mind over the sake of women. Just because they're in love with them. You know, or they've given a woman too much strength over them. Where they crash out. And become servants for their sake. So that's another reason why you should not fall in love with women unless it's Sophia. All right, because you become a servant for their sake. So it's a great thing to be a servant for Sophia's sake, but just to be a servant for a mere woman, absolutely not. All right, that will lead to destruction. That will destroy you ultimately. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. So many men have died for the sake of women. When you look in the prison system, a lot of men, majority of the men in the prison system right now, no matter the race, is in there due to a woman. No matter what the scenario is, it's typically majority of times due to a woman. So a lot of men have perished due to a woman. Perished meaning they could have literally been put to death, you know, died over one, or they just lost their life in general because they lost their freedom. Now they're behind bars for the rest of their life. All for the sake of women. Many men are in that position right now. You know, one is coming to mind right now of a situation I heard about him, you know, putting his woman to death. This nigga I don't know what the bitch did. And this a nigga I know. I grew up with. This nigga, I don't know what the bitch did to him, but, you know, my father was telling me about it. You know, the nigga put his woman to death, chopped the bitch up, and burnt the bitch in the parking lot on camera. So, like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck what type of power she got over your mind to make you crash out like that? That's not wise at all, you know? So, another reason why you shouldn't fall in love with women. It says, and now, do ye not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? All right, to go back to that verse 27, a lot of men have went off for the sake of women, and a lot of men have sinned for the sake of women. Hell, look at Adam and Eve. Adam sinned for Eve's sake. All right, King Solomon, he sinned at his latter end for the woman's sake. King David committed adultery. He sinned. He committed murder and adultery for the sake of a woman's beauty, which the Lord told us, stumble not at the beauty of a woman. All right, so falling in love with women, it will cause you to err, it will cause you to perish, and it will cause you to sin, which is the same thing as erring. All right. Now it says, yet did I see him and Apame, the king's concubine, the daughter of the admirable Barticus, sitting at the right hand of the king, and taking the crown from the king's head and setting it upon her own head. She also struck the king with her left hand. So she smacked that nigga with her left hand. And yet for all this, the king gaped and gazed upon her with an open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. But if she took any pleasure or displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter. So, you know, always trying to, hey, no, it's okay, blah, 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 you know, that she might be reconciled to him. So he get to begging. You know, she feeling upset. No, baby, please. No, baby, please. Fuck all that, man. You know, when you fall in love with a woman, it makes you get up out your body. It makes you start acting out of character. And in 2026, we're not in a time where you can act out of character, where you can start getting out your body. That's not the time we're living in. We have to be vigilant and wise as serpents. So it says, O ye men, how can it be? But women should be strong, seeing they do thus. All right. So women are strong, man. And it says, then the king and the princes looked one upon another. So he began to speak of the truth. O ye men, are not women strong? Great is the earth. high is the heaven. Swift is the sun in his course. For he compasseth the heavens round about, and fetcheth his course again to his own place in one day. All right. Is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore great is the truth, and stronger than all things. All right. So the point is, man, yeah, women are very strong. That doesn't mean they're physically stronger than men, mentally stronger than men, and spiritually stronger than men, and emotionally. What it means is they're just strong because men are weak for women. And when you fall in love with a woman, you become extremely weak for a woman. Because we automatically are weak for women. That's just automatic. It's just like the Lord is weak for us. That's automatic. But when you in love, man, you become super weak for a woman. You start just letting anything happen. You know, just completely losing self-regard. So that's why falling in love with a woman is a very dangerous game. Like it says in Ecclesiastes 7, you know, their heart, meaning their mind, their la'ab, is snares and nets, and their hands as bands. All right? So you fall in love with a woman, you get caught up in them snares and nets, man. They don't even know what the hell going on in their own goddamn head. So imagine you trip and fall up in the motherfucker. Nigga, you're through. That's what'll happen if you fall in love with women. So we're gonna move on to the next. Let me go over here. So let's go to Sirach 9. All right, let's go to Sirach 9. And we have started verse 2. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. So don't give a woman rule over your spirit. Don't allow a woman to dictate how you operate. You understand? Because once you allow that, nigga, you're through. You're through. They got you, right? Their test, their battle, what they were trying to accomplish is done. It's finished. Cannot allow that. All right? Don't let a woman stand upon thy substance, man. Just simple. Don't let a woman have rule over you. All right? Let me see. Let me go down here a little bit. Right here, verse 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. All right? So there you go. Hey, a woman may be very beautiful. Don't let that shit fool you. Don't let that shit get you. All right, we're going to go to a scripture that's very similar. It's Sirach 25. We're going to jump to the end of that chapter. Verse 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. All right, don't desire her for pleasure, which that doesn't mean, man, you know, I found this woman. Hold on, give me a moment again. Salakia. Go ahead. All right, Salaki again. So let's get back to the nitty gritty. So we're going to read at verse 21 again. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. All right, now that don't mean, hey, you don't, you see a beautiful woman and that don't mean, hey, man, I got this beautiful woman here. I can't even fathom having sex with her. That's wrong. That's off, brother. I can't desire a woman for pleasure, brother. No, man. That just means don't let the beauty, catch you in the get you in the pickle. Don't let it get you in the bind, all because you want pleasure. That's all it means. Don't let the beauty of a woman put you in a pickle, to where all because you wanted to think with your little head and not the big head. You wanted to pleasure the little head instead of invigorating the big head. Don't let that get you in a bind that is unescapable. You don't want to get in a unskippable cutscene with these women, because it usually turns out very poorly. Look at your boy Deacon Hassad. Salaki Hassad a bitch too, but Hakah, look at that nigga, man. His wife, fucking ex-wife. His wife is still uploading videos on this nigga. Her most recent one is from 2 days ago. She's still uploading videos on this nigga, and she's not done. She ain't done yet. This nigga is finished. He's over with. Not to say the bitch is not a demon too, but that nigga's finished. And who's to say that nigga was? I don't even think that nigga was in love with the way she's talking, but regardless, a woman can get you in a trick bag whether you're in love or not. That's why you have to be very careful around them. Their mind, their heart is snares and nets, in their hands as bands. All right, a lot of men have failed due to women. A lot of men have died due to women. A lot of men have went off and sinned due to women, which had also eventually led to death. We read that in First Ezra, the 4th chapter, right? So, where I want to go to that Proverbs 4. Let's go to that Proverbs 4 real quick. So before I read that, just to go back to the title, it says, "Do not fall in love with a woman, only Sophia." Only Sophia, only wisdom. Wisdom is who we should fall in love with, man. Because wisdom is what's going to get us the fuck up out of here. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. So this is Proverbs 4:4. He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain we started one, why not? A father's instruction. Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not. Don't forsake wisdom. And she shall preserve thee. A woman ain't gonna fucking preserve you, man. Wisdom is gonna preserve you. A woman can't save you from destruction, but wisdom can. Because wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, pursuant to Isaiah 33:6. A woman can't preserve you, but wisdom can. That's a very special kind of woman. That's your most special kind of woman. All right? And it says, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. It's the right thing to do. When you go into that principle, it means the way of life. It's the correct way of life. This is the right thing to do. This is the standard. That's basically what it's saying. This wisdom is the standard. That's the standard. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, Get understanding. So yeah, fall in love with Sophia. Don't fall in love with no woman. Fall in love with Sophia, the best woman you can fall in love with. It says, exalt her, and she shall promote thee. All right, and also just like wisdom, wisdom can catch you in a trick bag too, just like any other woman. But that's the best woman you can get, because that's what's going to actually preserve you. But wisdom can catch you in a trick bag too. It could catch you in snares and nets, and hands be as bands. Because, like the scriptures say, wisdom, it either says wisdom or it says knowledge, but wisdom or knowledge puffeth up. So a lot of niggas get a bunch of not wisdom and knowledge, and they start puffing themselves up on like they're on the level, and then eventually the Lord shoots them down. Al-Azhar, Asad, Hakah, etc. Nate coming soon, to Zariak coming soon. Hell, that just happened on a miniature level this past week, or a couple weeks ago, actually, about 2 weeks ago. Right, so there you go. So anyway, it says, exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. All right, so wisdom, when you exalt wisdom, all right, when you bring wisdom into honor, all you're gonna do is reap benefits. Here it is, today's age, you invest in a woman very deeply, and it really, you lose everything. You don't really gain nothing from it. You don't prosper from it. All that investments you put into this woman, or women on this side, it all comes to naught, or it barely turns into something that's beneficial unto you. You really just lose it at the end of the day. But when you promote wisdom, what the fuck? That's why I can't stand a nigga on a bike, man. I can't stand that shit. Niggas ride like they ain't got no protection. Like they ride like they have protection. This shit don't make no damn sense. This is goofy, man. Anyway, if you uplift wisdom, wisdom gonna uplift you. Whereas if most of the times in this queendom, you uplift, she shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. All right, so there you go. So I do hope and pray that this lesson was edifying to the elect. All right, wasn't a long one, like I said, but just a quick one. Don't fall in love with a woman. That a lot of men have failed for that. Adam, Samson, Solomon, and many men have failed because of women. Many men have erred for the sake of woman, whether in righteousness, whether these were righteous, just men, or even wicked men. A lot of men have perished through simping out over a woman. Like that guy in the book of Judas, that one general in the book of Judith, where she, Judith was real beautiful. And she got up in that tent, put that nigga to sleep. She cut that nigga head off, that general. Cut that nigga head off, man. Got many other accounts. So that's it, man. Point is, man, don't fall in love with a woman, except Sophia. That's the only one that's justified that you should fall in love with. So at this point, I'm just rambling, man. I've really made my point. I've landed my plane. So I'm gonna close this lesson giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And until next time, Ababa Bol, Kwame Asharella, Gadol Abadium, Lababol, Hagadol, Yahweh Mahar, Wahabathum. And until next time, I would like to say unto you all, Shalom. We almost up out of here.